Hi everyone. I'm Tang Tang from Susan's family. Today, I'm bringing you a lucky little hanging ornament called Bloom Bound. The electronic tutorial for this can be found on the website. Search for soosodiy.com to view it. This item is made up of the main part, hanging string, ears, tail, and accessories. Start crocheting. Then proceed with the assembly. First, let's learn how to make the main part. The main part consists of 2 flower pieces. Each single flower starts with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Apply blush after completing, and assemble it with the pistol. The stitch techniques used include chain stitch, slip stitch, and X stitch, single crochet increase, treble crochet increase, and picket of 2 chain stitches. Please watch my demonstration before starting the actual crocheting. Let's first learn the proper crochet posture. For specific yarn, color schemes, and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. First, start with an adjustable magic ring. Then crochet the first round. Start with 1 chain stitch, which serves as the turning chain for the single crochet. It does not count as a stitch. Then make 5 single crochets in the magic ring loop. Insert the hook. Place the hook above the yarn. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through in once. 1 X stitch single crochet is completed. From now on, we'll refer to it as a single crochet. The braid at the top right is its stitch. Continue crocheting the remaining 4 stitches. After completing, tighten the loop. Then make 1 slip stitch in the first stitch. If you're having trouble finding it, you can count the stitches from back to front. The joining slip stitch does not count as a stitch. Pull tight to prevent accidentally adding extra stitches later. This completes the first round. Now move on to the second round. Start with 1 chain stitch as the turning chain for the single crochet. Then insert the hook into the slip stitch spot of the previous round. Make 1 single crochet increase, which means working 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Tighten the yarn tail together. Single crochet increase completed. Then continue making 4 single crochet increases one after another. Finally, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. Trim off the excess yarn tail. This completes the second round. Now let's work on the third round. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain. Make 1 treble crochet increase at the slip stitch spot of the previous round, which means working 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. Work the first stitch first. Yarn over the hook twice. Insert the hook into the stitch. Draw the yarn through. There are 4 loops on the hook now. Yarn over in order, pull through the first 2 loops. Repeat this 3 times. The first treble crochet is completed. Continue with the second stitch. Yarn over twice. Insert into the same position. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over in order, pull through the first 2 loops. Repeat this 3 times. This completes the treble crochet increase. Then make a ch1 picket, chain 1 picket, with 2 chains. First, chain 2. Pick up the front loop of the treble crochet below, which is this one strand, and the one on the left side. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten. This completes the ch1 picket, chain 1 picket, with 2 chains. Next, make a TR2-in-1 in the adjacent stitch below. Chain 3. Slip stitch in the same stitch. This completes the first petal. Then work 1 slip stitch in the next stitch. Chain 3. Work a TR2-in-1 in the same stitch. ch1 picket, chain 1 picket, with 2 chains. Work 2 chains first. Then pick up the front loop of the treble crochet and the left side thread. Work a slip stitch. The ch1 picket, chain 1 picket, with 2 chains is completed. Work a TR2-in-1 in the next stitch. Chain 3. Slip stitch in the same stitch. The second petal is completed. Continue working the same way as the second petal. Complete this round. After finishing the last petal, chain 1 to secure. Leave a yarn tail of about 30 cm and cut the yarn. Pull tight. We will use the clearer texture side as the right side. This completes one flower piece. Next, apply blush to the center of the flower's front side. Just create a soft blended effect. Next, make the pistil. Take out 3 strands. Fold them in half. Use the crochet hook to pull through from the center front of the flower. The length left on the front side can be adjusted according to your own preference. Then thread the yarn tail through the yarn needle. Secure the center part of the pistil on the back side. Be mindful not to show any sewing trace on the front. Fasten off and weave in the ends neatly. Tidy up the pistil. So one flower is done. The other flower can be made using the same method, so the main part is explained. Next, make the hanging loop. Take any petal. Use the same color yarn as the flower. Find any petal. Pick its stitch position. Insert into the chain space and pull the yarn through. Then work 7 chain stitches. Work 1 slip stitch in the same position. Then cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tail on the wrong side following the texture. So the hanging loop is done. Next, let's make the ears. A total of 2 pieces. Both start with a foundation chain. Crochet along the foundation chain. Apply some blush after completing, and sew it onto the corresponding position. The new stitch technique used is the half double crochet. Please watch my demonstration. First, chain 8 to start. Then chain 1 to begin. Work 1 stitch single crochet in the second to last stitch. Insert. Place the hook above the yarn. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through once. 1 stitch single crochet is done. From now on, we'll refer to it as single crochet. Continue with 3 single crochets. Three half double crochets. Then work 5 half double crochets in the last chain. Rotate the piece after completing. Pick up the remaining 2 strands of the chain and work 3 half double crochets. Pay attention not to insert into the same position of these 5 stitches. Gather and secure the yarn tails together. Then work 4 single crochets. After completing, secure with 1 chain stitch. Leave a yarn tail of about 30 cm and break the yarn. Cut off the excess yarn tail from the beginning. This completes 1 ear. Everyone follow this method and make another ear. That concludes the explanation for crocheting the ears. After completing, apply blush to the lower part of the ear's front side. Then thread the reserved yarn tail into the yarn needle. Take the crocheted hanging loop flower. Position the ear with the front side facing forward. Attach it to both sides of the hanging loop, on the wrong side of the flower. In the indentation between petals. Sew and secure in place. Pay attention to not show any sewing trace on the front side. After securing firmly, tie off and weave in the ends. Attach the other ear symmetrically. Everyone complete this part. After the ears are sewn on, sew the main piece together. Take another flower piece, with the right side facing out. Wrong sides facing each other, sew them together. Use the same color yarn as the main piece. Pick up 1-2 threads on the wrong side and match for sewing. Secure the yarn tail first. Pay attention to not show any sewing trace on the front side. Fasten and weave in the ends after completing. This way the main piece is assembled. Next, let's learn about the tail. Start with a magic ring technique. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Add a small amount of same color yarn tail during crocheting. The textured side with bumps should be on the outside. Pay attention, the last round is to crochet 1 stitch. Skip 1 stitch and crochet in the next. Refer to the chart, everyone. Complete it. Finally, stretch the loop directly. Leave a yarn tail of about 30 centimeters and cut the yarn. Thread the yarn tail through the sewing needle. Next, close the opening. Pick up through the front loop of the last round stitches. Pull tight after completing. This way the tail is crocheted. Finally, sew the tail to the main piece, on the symmetric bottom for the hanging loop. The sewing method has no specific requirements, just secure it firmly. Fasten and weave in ends after completing. That's all for the tail explanation. Finally, take out the accessories. Assemble them properly. First, take out the 3-piece keyring set. Attach it to the hanging loop. Next, take out the tassel and attach it to the metal ring. Then take out the wealth-attracting charm and the small circle. Snap them together. Attach it to the keyring or your preferred position. That's how the accessories are assembled. Up to this point, this product has been fully explained. If you have any unclear points during the making process, feel free to contact our customer service. Don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.